Now, waiting they want to fix that.
We just need to have. We just have to.
We just need. We know it's done, bro.
Oh.
It's over.
I think it's over.
It's over.
He said it's over.
And this shuttle is over.
It's over then.
I need to go and pack. I'm going back to the same country. I'm going back.
Yeah.
I'm leaving tonight.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Already, as we are talking now, so they've told me that there's no fuel.
So when you go home now, you're gonna.
My brother, I'm walking home.
No. Well, looks like y'all need to go back to the strip club.
Yeah, you see?
You have to walk home. The man in charge of the NNPC in Nigeria, Mele Kyari, who promised to activate the Port Harcourt Refinery 7 times, and 7 times it failed to happen. The last promise he made was that the Port Harcourt Refinery will start working at the end of September by the special grace of Allah. Now people are saying, Mayegu, is the refinery aware that it was going to start working in September? Let's ask the refinery. Let's ask the refinery. Port Harcourt Refinery. Hello. Yeah, are you aware that you were supposed to start working in by the end of September? The refinery said, no, they are aware. Today is 2nd of October. And yet, everybody seems to kind of like either make a joke of it or pretend that they never heard that. That is what the contraption is. So Kalu, who has worked so hard, left all of you, and is enjoying his new private jet, by the way, flying everywhere he could go to, Omolomo. Enjoying the guard of honor everywhere he goes. Because he's working so hard. The man that they said, or they believed, defended Lagos, created Lagos, built Lagos, defended Lagos against Atlantic Ocean, and all of that nonsense that they spewed, especially by supposedly educated people, is off to the UK. Is the country that is begging for debt forgiveness. I mean, isn't that even a joke? And yes, I was reading from one of his aides that published that video, and then the impoverished Egbekegbe Abobakus, they were praying for safe journey. And they were praying, they said, he needs some rest. Thank you, Ashwaju. Get some rest. Ashwaju, please, maybe you can use that opportunity that is in the UK to appoint ambassadors. Do you know that Nigeria doesn't have any single ambassador in any country for the past 16 months? Yeah, I know, like, what value is even all of that political appointment it is, right? But there's some kind of leverage that gives, okay? where you have ambassadors from your country representing your countries in all these places. As somebody from that Nigeria, it is of no real value. But to the rest of the world, it possibly just shows that you do not really have a government, so to say. 16 months, there is no single appointed ambassadors to any country as we speak. And everything is pretty much on autopilot. So they were begging him to probably, so that some of them that have not been given appointments, they can give them appointments, you know, instead of having diplomats, new diplomats who can actually, build a relationship between that contraption and other countries. It's going to be given to politicians as a compensation for their loyalty to Tinubu. Others were saying in that same post, they were begging him to reshuffle his cabinet because some ministers know they perform. They need to do, Ashwaju, please, when you get to London, please do something about this minister. Is he going to announce the new minister? I was like, God damn it, man. But they were praying for him to go well and come back, and all the enemies made them cry. People like this Mayegumi, they cry. They cry. Ashwaju enjoy. In that their shit hole, right? Buba.
Who appointed him?
So we should blame President Tinubu,
of course,
for anybody
or any
or
anybody that calls himself president or governor or now chairman of council.
In this period, I mean, you have said there is hardship, things are tough. But, I mean, if you are to give an advice to your friend, I mean, you said the president is your friend, what do you think should be done immediately? Turn things around.
Well, many things. All these issues is revolving around the exchange rate. All these issues, including the petroleum, whatever, PMS, AGO, or whatever you call them, let him bring experts that can advise him on how to sort out the foreign exchange issue, the exchange rate of the Naira. And he can't go on borrowing. He can't. He can't go on borrowing. We don't need to borrow and service the country. Let's cut our clothes, our coat according to our clothes.
Alhaji Galadima, your presidential candidate, Robbie Kwankunso, said he could do a better job. And in your mind, you think if he was in power, he could have done better?
We could have done better.
Really?
Yes.
In what ways?
Because we can even export Sheun to CNN or Al Jazeera to earn dollars. All this Japa that you people are shouting about, we appointed him.
Nuisance, Lele.
He's also one of those loudmouth, okay? Sorry if the audio is not, you know what I noticed, right? I've got this this higher tone of voice, okay? So sometimes when I speak too loud, I feel like I'm just shouting, and I hate it. So I am going to advise you, if the audio is not that loud on your own device, increase it. Right? So I get closer to my microphone than anyone, and I've got some powerful microphones there, okay? So if it is not that loud, please increase it at your own end. Yeah, increase it there. Because most times when I listen to myself, I'm like, oh, look at me. It seems I'm just shouting. I hate that. Right. So, these advisors who have one or two things to say to Tinubu, especially on their TVs in Nigeria, they are more or less like clowns to me. Because whatever it is that you are seeing in that contraption, everything is as they wanted it to be. And there is no magic that is going to be performed. Tinubu will borrow money to fuel that, aircraft. And you will pay for it. Like yesterday, when they announced that they've cleared the 30 trillion naira ways and means money printed by Emefiole during Boko Haram's time, he lied. I said that on this platform, and I am glad that more than 10 other independent fact checkers online on your TVs in Nigeria, they've come out to say it was a pure lie. How could somebody read that when you know it's a lie? How could you lie to your own people and pretend to want to give them a false hope? Because that's what that is all about. This woman is not impressed. So I'm going to play our own voice on this. Okay, this woman.
I think in most sectors in Nigeria, there is opportunity to drive development. What has been lacking is the ease of doing that. So you have a lot of businesses, you have a lot of entrepreneurs who want to go into business, even the young ones like we talked about just now, they want to go into business, start their own business, employ people, and do so much more in the different sectors. But they are hampered. They're hampered by several things. They're hampered by regulation and the fact that regulation stifles rather than promotes. They are hard hit by the inflation. They're hard hit by inability to access finance and the fact that interest rate is so high. They are hard hit by just the basic difficulty in living, and so it just then makes it challenging to operate. There are opportunities. I think Nigeria is filled with opportunities. We are rich with opportunities in the different sectors. In mining, there are opportunities. In agriculture, there are opportunities. But, the private sector isn't allowed to move. And so you have situations where companies are leaving Nigeria and they're increasing the rate of unemployment because every factory that shuts down, you kind of shove like 50,000 people into the employment market. So that's what the challenge is. There are opportunities, but how do we harness those opportunities? How do we, how does the government create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive? I was listening to the president's speech today, and he talked about how he wants to harness the youth, the energy of the youth, how he wants to bring them together, and how he wants to create jobs. Bringing youth together to talk is great, but then after the talk, then what next? So if you have a conference, after the conference, what next? Have you created an enabling environment for them to thrive? The environment is still rife with corruption. And when you have corruption, that means people don't get the right opportunities or the right access to the right avenues that they need to succeed. So these are the things that, Malam Galadima talked about, that leadership is a problem. Leadership, everything falls and rises on the back of leadership, and we need to get leadership right. Today, with the hard economic conditions, we want to see, and the president did say, we should be patient and watch and wait for the reforms to kick in and begin to give us some positive vibes, as it were. But I think about it, and the private sector is bleeding. The youths are struggling, but the political circles are living big. We see them all the time. We see them on social media. We see them in the media. They don't seem bothered. They don't seem affected by the hardship that Nigerians are facing. And that is a real problem, where you have the political sects being richer than the private sector, who are in the production area. That's a problem. We need to support production. We need to power production as much as possible.
It is true. The richest people in Nigeria right now are the politicians. There is nowhere in the world that is obtainable. Nowhere. Except in Nigeria. I don't know about African countries though. You can't have richest politicians and then almost a non-existing private manufacturing sector. How can the politicians be richer if they are not stealing? So the money that's meant to actually be in the hands of people who are creating wealth, creating jobs, is kind of being siphoned by political class. They are buying themselves latest automobiles, private jets, building themselves this mansion, that mansion. They are organizing different parties abroad. It's not obtainable anywhere else. It is really, really ridiculous. It is the reality of that contraption. And then they are telling you to have faith, to be patient. Everything is going to be fine. How? It's not going to be. And one of you, I don't know if this guy has come down, by the way. It was caught on the power line somewhere in Adamawa, where he said, except that if Tinubu actually come down from Asurot, he's not coming down. I don't know if he's come down now.
This is happening live in my Ebola local.
Like I said, I am not sure if that individual is still there, and it would have to be there for the next 2 weeks until when Kalu comes back. Anthony, I get you, Baba. I get you. And I still kind of say, increase the volume of your device. All right? Or maybe you come out of the broadcast and then go back in again, okay? I will be screaming. And that would not really be, good. Okay? So I've done a bit of increase in the volume as well. And I hope it gets better for you. Okay? So let me know if it does. And then if it doesn't, I probably will try and see if I can increase somewhere else again and see how that goes, okay? Yeah. In that place where people are, somebody said it's actually a case of a mental health problem. I agree. You don't go on and say, I will kill myself if you don't resign. Nobody does that. Not in that contraption. Nobody's going to resign. You're just going to die for nothing. And that's why I advise people that want to probably unalive themselves as a means of protest against bad governance or hardship in that contraption. How about you don't do it alone? Just walk into any government house or any government building, or even try and go to the old rock or wherever you sit, if Tinubu and Ganga and hold them. So that even if they go on unalive you, right? The world will see it. You probably will just go as a hero. Then for you to say you climb this or climb that, Baba, now mental health problem, see a doctor. And anybody who is watching this broadcast that think that's a means of a protest. No, not to these criminals. They don't give a damn about you. No, you are probably just a number to them. You are just a number. They don't care about you that much. Just like these guys who are also calling on Oba Donkey in Uromi area of Edo State. This one a road for Edo.
The situation. Since yesterday, I'm on Abdilam. I'm saying, this is us. It's supposed to go up some more. Because this is little one. That's a one. The enter inside. The enter inside. Let him carry the water. Go inside, make carry and come out. You will push cold. Wait! The situation.
That is not a stream. That is a road that became stream. That they have to bring their pumping machine to pump the water out. And then you see how some people who are like, even though we saw that they were like cheated in their last election, by the way, right? But you see how people who are out there screaming that PDP should continue in Edo State because they won't take it. Saw some of them in front of the INEC office for about 2 days now, from 30th of September, the 1st of October, the 2nd of October. They are in front of the INEC. I don't even know why or what they expect to happen. They have announced somebody as a winner, and you are camping in front of the people that rigged you to do what? To change it. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
must yard, amen. We must yard. These people must yard forever. We must yard, amen. We must yard, amen. We must yard. The people must yard forever. We must yard, amen. Hey, Yawa Gote. Hey, Yawa Gote. If I get no quench, Yawa Gote. If I like no fire, Yawa Gote. I say, what do we do then? We don't do that anything. I mean, what do we do you? We don't do you anything. I mean, what do we do you? We don't do you anything. I mean, what do we do you? We don't do you anything. After this election, gentlemen, no do. This election, gentlemen, no do. After this election, gentlemen, no do. After this election, gentlemen, no do. If you want to kill me, kill me like I die. I will never follow you to that station. If you want to kill me like I die. I will never follow you to that station. I am a lele, 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 I am a
I don't know if they were told that if the protester protests, INEC will change their mind and then unrig the election, and they would now declare as swear. I don't know. But if you look at what this criminal group of people, PDP, APC, have actually done to people, you would think that there should never be anybody, anyone whatsoever, standing anywhere, right, in solidarity with either PDP or APC anywhere. But you will be wrong, very wrong. That's the situation. And similarly, right, remember the hell Rufaya of Kaduna, the Kaduna little finger, the man that was so evil that he downplayed the massacre that was going on in southern Kaduna at the time. He said the killings in southern Kaduna by the Fulani terrorists was a figment of imagination of people. That people who are actually amplifying the killings in southern Kaduna, they are not from Kaduna. And for those who are showing the videos of the destructions and the killings in southern Kaduna, who are from Kaduna, they were doing so for political reasons. A man that dared the people of southern Kaduna, because they are majorly Christians, that he will fly a Muslim ticket